Hello everyone! Today on Baking with Brie, we're going to make red velvet chocolate chip white chocolate chip cookies. Now, the cool thing about this cookie is not only is it a red velvet base, but it actually contains two different types of chocolate. White chocolate and then your regular semi-sweet chocolate chips. The mixture of the two chocolates makes the perfect cookie because for me, white chocolate can be a little too sweet, but when I added the regular chocolate chips to this recipe, it created the best cookie. So without further ado, let's get started. First things first is you're gonna wanna wash your hands. Alright, now that your hands are nice and clean, you're then going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This way it can start warming up while you're making your cookie dough. Now to make these cookies, it is easiest when you either have a stand or a hand mixer. Now if you don't have those, it's totally fine. You're just gonna have to put a little extra muscle into when you mix things together, but it's totally fine if you don't have these things. Let's get started with the wet ingredients. Now I'm going to put a half cup of room temperature butter into my mixer, as well as 3/4 cup of white sugar. I'm gonna put that in there. So now that I've put the butter and sugar into the bowl, I have added my paddle attachment in order to combine the two perfectly. Now once your sugar and butter have created a nice light and fluffy texture, you're going to want to add in your egg, vanilla extract, and red food coloring. Now you're going to need 1 egg, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a half teaspoon of red food coloring. So once all three things have been added, you're just going to continue to mix it until you have a nice, really red mixture of eggs, sugar, and butter. So once you've mixed that for about 30 seconds to a minute, you're going to want to go ahead and stop because now we're going to focus on the dry ingredients. So you're going to want to grab an extra mixing bowl like so.
1 cup and 1/4 cup of flour.
A 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. A half teaspoon of salt. And lastly, a half teaspoon of baking soda. Once all these things have been added, you can give your mixture a nice whisking. You just want to do this until everything is all nice and combined. We are going to add half of it at a time into our wet ingredients.
So add half of your dry ingredients into the bowl and give it a quick mix. And then you can throw in the rest of it like so. Once you have put in all your dry ingredients, then you can go ahead and add in your chocolate chips. You'll need 3/4 cup of white chocolate chips, and you will need 3/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips.
And there you should have your dough looking nice and red and ready to roll and put in the oven. Alright, now that you have your cookies ready and rolled, it is time to put them in the oven. So these cookies are going to cook for about 10 to 11 minutes at 350. Now it really depends on you. You can pull them out around 9 to 10 if you like a softer cookie. I prefer my cookie to have a little bit of a crispness around the edges, so I like to leave mine in for 10 to 11 minutes. Alright, so it's been 11 minutes and I just pulled the cookies out of the oven and they look so delicious. I'm gonna let them cool for a little bit. Alright, now it's time for the taste test. They're so good. With a nice glass of oat milk. Delicious. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed learning how to make red velvet chocolate chip cookies with me today. And I wish all of you well in this quarantine time. Bye!